How's everybody doing? It's Sunday, 22nd? I think it's July 22nd, 2023. I'm down here at the park. It's 88 degrees. Cleaned up the house a little bit. Didn't get over crazy. The house this morning, about 6 o'clock. Yeah, it was 63 degrees. What time is it? I think it's like 3 o'clock right now, and it's 88. So I think it's got like 2-3 more hours to heat up, but I'm not sure if it'll go any higher. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it was 88 degrees. I was going to say 91, it should, but it went down before I got here at the park. So, I don't know, my temperature gauge just keeps going up. When I got in the car, it said 104. But that's, because it was sitting. How are you all handling the heat? Yep. Smoke a couple of hits. I only do like 2 or 3 hits, and then I just go out for a walk, take my water, go out and enjoy the day, observe, check out nature, check out the signs, the signals. The freeway is totally backed up. Of course, it's Sunday. It's kind of interesting. See, it's been like 20-some years, 25 years at least, that every Friday or every Sunday, actually every Friday, around 2 o'clock, about 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 6 or 7, the freeway's backed up, going towards the north. And then on Sunday, and it's heavy coming back on the south side too, 5. But then on Sunday, it's always packed or slow going. And I'm only assuming, probably from the looks of things, a quite a long distance. It's not like backed up short distance, like all the way up to like probably near Portland, which is 60 miles. So that it's like a long backup. And I think, and it's 2 lanes. It's 2 lanes going up until you get outside of Salem. Then it opens up. Oh no. As you go into Salem now. Yeah, it's as you go into Salem now, it opens up into 3 lanes. So probably right when it gets to Salem, it'll start opening up to 3 lanes, but it's still backed up in traffic or slow traffic going up to Portland because Salem's the state capital. So there's, I don't know why I'm carrying on about this conversation. I guess something to talk about. You are like, I don't know those interstates over there. I think they're having company picnics. Yeah, because it looks like they're having company picnics. I don't know if you can see it. They did yesterday. So they're probably not having company picnics right now. Probably just cleaning up or just people checking out the vibes and scenes or whatever it may be. Let me get out and do my walk. Thought I'd say hi to everybody. Enjoyed the day. See if you're keeping hydrated, keeping cool as far as your body temperature. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to share with people, just in case, just to help out. When you start feeling like heat exhaustion, it's when your muscles kind of feel sore. When you feel a little dizzy. I'm not, look at from my perspective of what I felt like. It's when we, or when I when I feel that way, I start to, and when I'm laying in bed, and it's really wild because I can lay down and I feel cool and comfortable. Um, but which is usually close to midnight. That's kind of interesting, right? My body core just like heats up really hot. I keep looking over there because there's people looking at me, so I just keep looking. I'm like, what are you looking at? Um, so I go and I put a cold wash rag, a wet wash rag. First, I just wet my hair completely down and go back to bed. And then get a cold wash rag and put it over my top of my head. And then I get a towel and I soak like 3/4 of the towel and with cold water, and I kind of twist it out, but I don't twist it out all the way. And I just lay it across my feet and my legs. Um, and the reason why I do that is because I figured out that I know it starts in my core, but when it's going out the top of my head and the bottom of my feet, if I can cool those two areas down, it's like my body core will somehow stabilize. It's kind of weird. Not weird. I guess it's not weird considering that's an exit and that type of part goes out your feet. Sweat out your feet. But anyway, just wanted to put that out there too. If you have to, that's my way of doing it, because I don't have air conditioning. I just have fans. So, and especially in your house, and a lot of people don't trust opening up their windows or keeping their windows open at night, just because there's just so many freaks out right now. And you just, it's just the way it is. Kind of interesting, right? It's like we can't open up our windows. There's places in Canada now where they're telling them they can't use their air conditioners in these apartments, and they just did that here last December, telling us that we can't have any more air conditioning in the units, in the windows, and if we do, we'll have to pay for the damage to the, any damages like installation or anything, which is probably no big deal. But not even into the window. You know how you put those vents in the window, which cause no damage, and they're telling you can't be using those. So it's, in other words, it's kind of interesting how this end time is playing out, because they're forcing they're forcing to take away jobs, they're blowing up the food factories, the livestock, and this false climate change kind of thing, and then the race war. And so very interesting. See what else? There's so much in the Goliath, right? I mean, KGP, the color, that's the White House secretary, whatever. My gosh, she just lies and lies and lies. Everything that spews out of her mouth is lies. Everything that spews out of Biden's and Harris. My perspective, Trump as well. And then you've got the Congress, the House and the Senate, and then, all of them just fighting each other, like they're actually using the system and the people over their own hatred for each other, or, which is another type of system, because it's something that people aren't aware of. It's this high priest and high priestess. It's like this king and queen rulership, right? Which they can't represent that or say that in America, because that's what America left over in Britain when they thought they left Britain, but they didn't leave Britain, because Britain's still connected to us. Because, as Biden said, God save the Queen, which, that's too late. She's already been judged and taken out of the picture. And now there's this king, Charles kind of character. And so even Benjamin Fulford said that whoever they replace is, they still got to go to the representative of the Vatican, the King of Britain, and Canada. So it's like America's already been sold out, and it's being ruled by these, the king of Britain, or it was being ruled by the Queen. Hence why, this probably child trafficking and all that kind of sinister stuff. But that's just my opinion. Enough about that negative stuff. But the whole point is representing that everybody, the ones on stage right now, that's why I kind of laugh and smirk at them, because there's this pushing, like, in scripture says there be wars and wars, nation standing against nation, did not worry. And I think that's where Nostradamus, when he says that he's late, the great genius is going to, or late but just in time, that type of representation. The great genius comes late but just in time. So, and then when I look at scripture, it's kind of like saying, they'll speak about this and they'll try to act on this stuff because it's late, but it's just in time. It's kind of interesting, that phrase. But anyway, I'm off to my walk.